feedback. In the same series, I feel and I'm convinced that there are certain feedback moments. So today, I will share my views on how to get good feedback on your own. While in army, I have found a ritual which was very meticulously and religiously followed in every headquarters. From small to big, this ritual is almost mandatory, and that is called the morning conference, where the top man, the boss of that institution, maybe the CO, the brigade commander, GOC, or the corps commander, or even the Little Army headquarters, you see, the army commanders, they will always have something called morning conference. And this morning conference with their principal staff officers. And this is my friend. This conference may last for 30 to 40 minutes or maybe an hour. Early in the morning, first thing in the morning, the top man wants to have this conference so that he is updated and whatever he has in his mind to tell and to be executed, he shares those ideas. Now, this morning conference, my friend, is nothing but something conducting a 360-degree feedback review. It's really very simple, very efficient, effective, and I think it keeps pace with the time. That means it can be applied at any time. Most modern also. Post retirement, I've been to many corporates, visiting or serving there. And to my amazement, and I found these bosses as an army. All these morning conference used to end up with all bosses at the respective headquarters suggesting or directing or giving orders, and those generally used to be the same falling in these categories, that you should always clearly communicate your vision, treat people with respect. They used to emphasize that solicit contrary opinions, encourage other ideas of the people, and listen to other people's views. Almost in every meeting, you end up emphasizing on these points, and they are so relevant. What I was telling, even in all corporate sectors, every top man, every CEO wants something of this in total and absolutely. And this is what I ask always people to rate their colleagues on these numerical scales. From that, a statistical picture will emerge. Very explicit and a clear picture will emerge. Usually revealing one or two problems, areas that demands or that need to be addressed and your attention. I'm telling you, while serving, visiting all the corporate sector, a lot of friends and CEOs in various corporate institutions, in all corporate, nearly 50% of them, they use something like this in evaluating employees' performances and attitudes. My friend, remember, if you have worked in a corporate environment which is large enough to have 3 employees in it, and you have a human resource department, you have probably been a participant in something resembling my advocating this 360-degree feedback, exactly like a morning conference in any army institution. And even you haven't, we are all familiar with feedback, whether or not we label it as such. We all know there are various other methods of getting a feedback. We all are endured performance appraisals from our bosses, and that is what, that is the very direct form of feedback. We have all gone through your salary reviews. Somebody gets immediate hike. Somebody gets greater hike than someone. Someone salary is not increased for years. You see, why so? This that's the most direct feedback I would say of your performance. If you are in sales, uh, you've all read the customer surveys of your performance, and that's a feedback. We have sat through, you see, quarterly, many I have sat through in many quarterly sales meeting, and the figures are stacked up against our quotas and projections. That too is a feedback. There are many ways the institution keeps getting a feedback, and that exactly is 360-degree feedback. What I am advocating, the real feedback moments. These are the one, and this is how you get the feedback on your own. We are being told all day long how we are doing, and the reasons we accept this feedback and actually attempt to respond to. If, for example, that we are down in sales, we will try harder to bring the figures up. That we accept the process. An authority figures grades us, and we are motivated to do better because of it, because we are able to manage higher sales. My friend, it's not like that with interpersonal behavior, which is vague, subjective, unquantifiable, and open to widely variant interpretations. But that doesn't make it less important. It's my contention, and it's the bedrock thesis of my whole philosophy of getting feedback. That interpersonal behavior is different between being great and not great, between getting the goal and setting for the bronze. The higher you go, my friend, the more your issues are just simply behavioral. So how do we get this much needed feedback? The question comes here. If we have neither the skill nor resource nor opportunity to poll our peers on what they really think about us, we know what feedback is. We don't know how to get it. My friend, remember, basically feedback comes to us in three forms: solicited, unsolicited, and thirdly I say observational. Each of them works well, but not for everyone. If you look at closely at all the three of them, okay, three of them closely, I will talk about each one of them. The solicited feedback, what is it? Unsolicited feedback, what it is? And what is observational feedback, for better understanding. Let me tell you, my friend, these feedback moments are very important. You can still get the 360-degree, following this method, 360-degree feedback, a perfect feedback of your institution or interpersonal relations. Thank you very much.